Huge shakeup over there for Star Wars. It looks like Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie that a lot of us were interested in. That amazing Rogue Squadron film with the big announcement at Investor Day a couple of years ago where they had a Tesla flying to a jet with Patty Jenkins and Taika Waititi still being on board in some way. I don't know how I feel about this, y'all. What's going on over there with Star Wars? Let's get into it.
Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Let's go ahead and get up into this. Everything that was involved with Disney prior to the Rise of Skywalker, they had a plan and they were moving forward to that plan. Then they switched things up after the Rise of Skywalker, which things got really bad for Disney. You know, a lot of fans was coming out talking trash about Disney and how they're woke and don't know what they're doing and how they don't understand the Force and Star Wars, how they hold George Lucas, all that. I was one of them. Then they came out with a series of announcements, in Investor Day 2020 that got a lot of people excited. Two of the most notable, well, I would say some people were excited that Taika was doing his own Star Wars movie after they released episode 1 of The Mandalorian season 2, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was season 2 of The Mandalorian. They were excited, but I wasn't. Kevin Feige, the big news about him getting a Star Wars movie, that was really exciting. That was like ultimate. And then Patty Jenkins getting to do a Rogue Squadron, a film that she's passionate about, her dad being a pilot and all that. I believe he died in the Air Force and stuff like that, so he did his thing. The announcement that they had for it was lit. The production value of it was good. It was like a really serious, big announcement. Really excited about that. And now it seems like they're backtracking. But then we don't really know exactly what's happening with Taika, so let's go ahead and get into it. The Rise of Skywalker, on the other hand, imploded in spectacular fashion. The film earned just half the grosses of 2015's The Force Awakens, and a widespread scorn of fans and Star Wars movie development. Scorn of fans and Star Wars movie development has struck in the bogs of the Dagobah ever since. Whereas Disney Plus boasts a robust fleet of live-action Star Wars series, 3 streamed in 2022 alone, not a single Star Wars movie has received a green light, let alone gone into production. The earliest the film is scheduled to debut in theaters is December of 2025, 6 years after The Rise of Skywalker. It's not for want of trying. In December 2020, Lucasfilm chief Kathleen Kennedy, trash, announced that the Wonder Woman helmer Patty Jenkins, awesome, would direct the next Star Wars movie, the one-off adventure Rogue Squadron. But in September of 2022, Disney pulled the title from its scheduled December 2023 release date. And sources with knowledge of the production say that it is no longer in active development at the studio. A rep for Lucasfilm did not respond to the request for comment. In December, Jenkins said in a statement that she was still developing Rogue Squadron, but she said, "I don't know if it will happen or not." That's the letter that she wrote about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Meanwhile, Variety has learned that a possible Star Wars feature produced by Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige also is no longer in active development at Lucasfilm. Now, this is what's weird to me. Why wouldn't Kevin Feige have a film come out for Star Wars when they announced it years back? Kevin Feige's a Disney executive, high up ranking. My understanding of it is, what I believe is that Kevin Feige is just too busy with trying to refocus the MCU now. I feel like Kevin Feige was in coast mode, and now that the MCU Phase 5 and Phase 6 are being trashed and people are not as confident in the MCU, I feel like he knows that he needs to come back and get his hands dirty and really focus on the MCU once again. That's just my theory. I have no leads backing that. It's just how I feel. When news of Feige's involvement with a Star Wars film broke in September of 2019, it churned up fan speculation. Since widely debunked that it was in line to replace Kathleen Kennedy as leader of Lucasfilm, the movie remained alive as recently as of May 2022 when screenwriter Michael Waldron told Variety that he started working on a Star Wars screenplay for Kevin Feige. So we can see here that in May 2022, less than a year ago, the film was alive, and we're talking about this writer who did Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, said that he's writing a screenplay for Kevin Feige. So it's like, okay, the movie's alive. Screenplay's being written. And he even said, "I'm enjoying having the freedom to do that I'm enjoying having the freedom on that to do something that is not necessarily a sequel or anything, is what the writer said. 5 months later, Feige hired Waldron to write the script for 2026's Avengers Secret Wars, the Endgame style culmination of Marvel Studios' multiverse saga. This aligns up with my beliefs even more. So Feige took that writer that was writing his Star Wars movie and tasked him to write Avengers the Secret Wars. So if Feige's stepping down from doing the movie, he takes the writer and puts him on Avengers, which is MCU. So it makes me think like, okay, so Feige's trying to get his priorities in order. Before you could go to Star Wars and try to make that better again, you got to fix Marvel's MCU because that thing has been declining and people are like, yo, what's going on? The product quality ain't good. It ain't hitting. What's happening? So Feige's like, man, great. Okay, for sure. Let's pause on that. Go work on that. I'm going to go over there. I'll come back to that later. So it looks like Star Wars is on the back burner for Feige. And good reason, bro. You need to be doing this. This is something that should have been done. This never should have got to the point where you let the Phase 4 and Phase 5 down so bad. As for Rian Johnson, Cuck Johnson, the in-demand filmmaker was made no secret that he still wants to make Star Wars movies. He first announced in 2017, before the release of the film The Last Jedi, and Kennedy has been clear that Lucasfilm still wants him too. But Johnson's immediate priority is continuing his Benoit Blanc movies with Daniel Craig for Netflix, which is the Glass Onion, Knives Out series, and season 2 hit of Peacock series Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne will keep him occupied for the foreseeable future. So what Star Wars movie could slot into that open December 2025 release date? Sources say Thor Love and Thunder filmmaker Taika Waititi continues to work on his possible Star Wars feature, and he will most likely have a part in that movie as well, similar in prominence to the standout role in the imaginary Adolf Hitler in his Oscar-winning tour of Jojo Rabbit. See, this is what I don't get. So you lose Patty Jenkins, you lose Kevin Feige, but you keep Taika, the most least talented person of the three. Taika is so responsible for ruining the Thor franchise. Thor Love and Thunder is the worst superhero movie ever made. And you could go back to Daredevil, Elektra, Catwoman, freaking any of those Superman. People have issues with a Superman 3, a Superman 4, a Quest for Peace. Miss me. Ghost Rider 1 and 2. I mean, there's not a single superhero movie that I would not watch more than Thor Love and Trash, bro. Like, it's just the worst, egregious, mind-numbing, talent-wasting, talentless, poor directed, poor written, poorly acted, career-ending, fruit-striped, gum, blasphemous movie that has ever been made. I rather eat cock than watch Thor Love and Trash. That's how bad it is. And Taika Waititi's the one who made that movie. He's the one that did Thor Ragnarok. I'm not even letting Thor Ragnarok off the hook. That's a trash Thor movie too. I gave Thor Ragnarok like a B because it's a funny comedy. It was funny. But that's an abomination of a Thor Ragnarok film. He failed in Ragnarok. He failed in Love and Thunder. He did a couple of Star Wars movies and Jojo Rabbit. People jumping on this. He's one of those kooky directors who has very little skill and talent that worked with the MCU that blew him up. But he's overrated, bro. And a lot of people are seeing that now. So to know that he is still making a Star Wars movie that really, at this point, not many people even want nor care about, especially after Thor Love and Trash came out. You know, he got ousted from the MCU, basically, to the point where Chris Hemsworth threw him under the bus and said, oh, God, I want to work with someone else. You know, I want to do some more serious Thor movies again. Shit is crazy. I just got to say that I don't like this. I don't like this news for Star Wars. It's not good. Like, Patty, Feige, keeping Taika, what's going on? Star Wars needs help. And the only thing that Star Wars that I'm watching is the freaking Mandalorian. Like, that's it. Like, even, how did you ruin Obi-Wan Kenobi? How did you ruin that? Made him a forced, non-believing recluse bum. Like, shit is crazy to me, bro. Y'all made, you forced a Leia up in the whole god. I'm done with that. Yo, miss me with Star Wars. You can miss me with this Disney shit. Kathleen Kennedy is a menace. She needs to go. Her contract is about to be up. She got to get up out of here. She's a problem. She's trouble. Fire Kathleen Kennedy. Bob Iger, you're trash because you won't fire Kathleen Kennedy. Get up out of here. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? Let me know. Disney just frustrates me, man. Like, I'm so like they're frustrating the shit out of me. Like, it's like they don't know what they're doing is stupid. You keep Taika Waititi after blundering Thor, but then at the end of the day, Thor: Love and Trash is the worst superhero movie ever made, right? But y'all went to go see it and paid that iron price by masses. I went to go see it because I got a YouTube channel. I got to review it. I swear before everything, I would have never watched that shit if I didn't have a YouTube channel. I knew it was going to be trash. I was calling it trash before it came out. But that shit made almost $800 million, didn't it? How much did that trash movie make? Man, that shit made $761 million, bro. You hear me? Oh, where'd it go? Let me put this shit. You see that shit? $761 million, bro. That's more than Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. That's more than all the Ant-Man movies. Bro, man, I'm just tired of these fools, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out. Deuces.